Hey guys, Ryan here, and we're just one episode away from the series finale of Preacher. For the next few minutes, I'm going to share my favorite Easter eggs and comic book references from episode 9. Let me know your favorites from Overture in the comments below. Make sure you're all caught up with the show and comic books because this video is packed with spoilers. We start with the very first shot of the episode, when we finally got to see the damage God did to Jesse. Yes, it's gruesome, and it looks spot on from the comics. It's fun to finally see Jesse with the Eyepatch because he's spent a significant amount of time in the comics with this look. 2 issues I would recommend you reading. Preacher number 39, when we first see the fallout from Jesse's run-in with God and his subsequent recovery. And also Preacher number 49, when Jesse takes some peyote and fills in the blanks of his memory. This is when you actually get to see how the entire showdown with God went down. One detail you'll notice is that they switched eyes from the comic to the TV show, but regardless, Eyepatch Jesse looks extremely badass after being completely humbled by God. Like many of you at home, I guessed this one correctly. The Archangel and Demon that we met in previous episodes, you know, the pair that are still fighting, are in fact the parents of Genesis.
Be careful with our child.
It was pretty obvious early on as their story was nearly identical to the storyline in the books, but it's cool to get final confirmation. If I had to guess, I bet this isn't the last time we see them either. I know what you're thinking. Did Star and Featherstone actually sleep together in the books? No.
Years since I tapped into my wanton carnality.
That's gross.
However, it is true that Featherstone develops quite a crush for her boss in the comics. You could even call it true love. She would do anything, literally anything for him. The problem is that it's never reciprocated. Check out issue 61 to read up on Featherstone's actual confession to Star and how he turns her down. Later on, he even spits in her face. Funny enough, in the following issue, Hoover declares his love for Featherstone, and it doesn't go well for him either. Eventually, Featherstone realizes just how much of a monster Star truly is, and confronts him by the comic run's end. This is adapted a bit for the show as we see Featherstone help Tulip at the episode's end. It looks like Featherstone is definitely gunning to take down Star in the finale. Since this episode was short on Easter eggs, how about some final observations? Cassidy's betrayal of Jesse was a bit surprising, but it didn't have the impact it could have had if these two had a better relationship in the show. In the books, they were much closer to one another, like brothers, and a betrayal of this sort would have been really gut-wrenching. There's no way Arseface is dead, right? I think that foot twitch means that we might see him miraculously recover from getting run over by a taxi, but who knows? I feel kinda bad, because he didn't even get a chance to live out his rockstar dreams. But if Eugene is dead, I think he's the best choice to take God's throne in heaven. And finally, how about that cliffhanger? I was a bit surprised that the Saint of Killers made a deal with God after all that he knows about what happened to his family. Also, if they made that deal while they were out in the desert, he literally could have killed Jesse at any point afterwards. Why even wait until this point? I'm also wondering if we're even gonna get to the Alamo. It was hinted at earlier this season, but I'm not so sure now. There are still a ton of questions that need to be answered in the finale, but I'm guessing that it doesn't end as the books did. Let me know your predictions for the season and series finale in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.